episode 30. In today's video we're going to be talking about the I can't talk today, the pagan origins of Halloween. From a pagan standpoint, Samhain. The word is spelled Samhain, and you think it was pronounced Samain or Samain when you look at it, but it's an Irish word, and the Irish language, like Welsh, is phonetically nonsensical to an English speaker, so it's pronounced Samhain. Samhain, I think, is also the word for for Sunday, and the word for Halloween in Irish. I'm not sure about the Sunday part, but it's the word for Halloween in Irish. Okay, so let's get on to what I was gonna talk about. So it's a pagan religious festival originating from ancient Celtic spiritual traditions, and as I've mentioned to you, it is pronounced Samhain. It's Gaelic, the origin of the word is Gaelic, but it is also Irish. This celebration takes place from the 31st of October to the 1st of October, and it's seen as a time to not mourn the dead, but to just remember them and appreciate them. It's a time where, just in general, the 31st of October is a time where the veil between our world and the spirit world is very thin. So it's a great time for spirit communication, great time for, if you're a necromancer, great time for that, great time for witches that perform death magic, great time for psychics, mediums, it's a great time for anything to do with death or anyone that's died, passed over. Great time for methods of divination, using Ouija board, doing spirit work. It's just a great time for that sort of thing in general. But let's move on. Okay. So here's I saw something very interesting. I thought I'd read this. Okay, so here is a quote by R.J. Schwartz. Samhain is a time to remember our dead. Sorry, I've got I'm trying to do this, everyone's annoying me. Samhain is a time to remember our dead, but not to mourn them. Rather to embrace their spirits and let their wisdom help guide us in our time here on earth. So, lots of people who have passed over at age that makes sense, like, when they've lived for a long time, will in general just have a lot to teach you. And I believe when spirits die, they inherit knowledge that they didn't have before they died, even if they died like 90, 100, 80, 70, 60. They have knowledge that they didn't have, right before they died. So they do have a lot of things to teach you, interesting things to teach you. So yes. So many people in in Celtic times, people that would celebrate Samhain would get, you'd get pumpkins. I think this is where the tradition of the pumpkin faces, if you want to call them that, came from. Where, I'm hoping you can hear me, where you have the triangle eyes, you've got the mouth like, and then you have the nose. Like a triangle, like my nose, unfortunately. I wish my nose was longer and thinner, but hey. So yes, and they would light candles, try to contact their loved ones, some of them just to remember their loved ones, some of them to talk about the lives of their loved ones, some of them to actively perform some sort of ritual to get in contact with their loved ones, to sort of, I guess you could say, kind of cross the veil, or, perhaps to help their loved ones cross over. I'm going to have to go and get my charger because my phone's 10%. I'm not having this cut off. It's not happening. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. I will film this. It will be successful. Nothing's going to get in the way. Right. Because things keep happening during this live stream to try and mess it up. I'm allowing it. Anyway. Right. Let's plug this charger in. Got my lovely charger. Native Union. Orientation. It says something about the orientation of the video. Anyway, so I just wanted to mention as well, there's also pagan origins of Christmas as well. I'll get to that in tomorrow's episode, which will be the last episode, and then I'll be saying goodbye to you for like a week. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing me every single day, hearing from me every single day of this month. I knew I could do it. I did it last year. I could do it this year. Upload every day for a month. I did it. I'm getting about 5-10 views per video, but hey, you know, in about a year's time, I'm sure the views would have gone up by then. And hopefully in a year's time, my channel will be bigger than it is now. So, okay, so here's just some interesting facts. This is just some information about the pagan religion. So pagans worship the divine in many forms, through feminine as well as masculine imagery. There are pagans who worship Norse deities. There are pagans who worship, you know, that work with elements, such as so a paganism is a religion, but a lot of pagans do practice witchcraft. So they would do a ritual, and they would call upon the elements. So, you know, earth, air, fire, water, and spirit or wind. So they would call upon these elements, and these would be like the different quarters, and they perhaps light candles, or in each corner of their like ritual space, altar, they would have something to represent that element. So in the water area, they'd maybe have a bowl of water, glass of water, herbs to represent the earth, or salt, or even like soil, like earth, like, you know, dirt. And then for the air, incense, that's the most common one. Fire, you know, a candle, or like a cauldron with some fire in it, and like something to keep it burning, like, I don't know, paper, herbs, I don't know, something. So yes, so the pagan year has many different holidays. Let me see if I can locate these holidays. I know you have you got in bulk in March. Let me see if I can find it. Found it, right. So right now, 31st of October will be Samhain, and then on the 19th to the 22nd of December you'll have Yule. This is kind of, I guess I'm not too sure. I'm really not too sure about this. In bulk is on the 1st of February. You have Ostara. Ostara is, I'm familiar with that. It's the pagan celebration of Easter. They would get they have eggs. They paint their eggs. They decorate their altar. Their altar is like their worship space within their home. Usually it's like a cloth, like a tablecloth that has like a pagan symbol. Usually the pentagram. I don't know if I can show you the pentagram right now. Let me see if I can flip the camera. That is the pentagram right here. That is the pentagram. So they would have that on their altar, that symbol, and then they would put, you know, candles, things to do with each what are they called? Sabbat. I guess you could call it a Sabbat. You have paganistic Sabbats. Yes. Okay. Ostara, obviously the Easter celebration you have in the spring, Beltane, so you'd see things to do with spring. It's on the 1st of May. Sorry, I forgot to mention Ostara is from the 19th of March to the 22nd. Beltane on the 1st of May. Pagans would put, you know, spring flowers, things to represent spring to them. And then you have the summer solstice, the 19th to the 22nd. Maybe they'd work with gods and goddesses and energies to do with the summer, to do with the feminine, because the summer is seen as feminine, the winter, maybe, no, actually, no, I think it's the other way around. The summer would be seen as masculine, wouldn't it? I don't know how you pronounce this. Lunghansid on the 1st of August, which I believe is a time of harvest. And you have Mabon on the 19th of September to the 22nd. This is the cycle, if you would like a little visual. I'm going off of this. This is the little cycle here. Okay. I mean, I didn't realise it was bonfire, and I have no idea. Tony, how's it going? Why are people doing fireworks? It's not the 5th of November yet. Calm down. We've got another 6 days left. So that is just me telling you about the brief history of paganism, just giving you a bit more of like a back story to paganism. Obviously, you know, talking about the pagan origins of Halloween. Okay, so I'm going to end this video on telling you, alright, so we've discussed Halloween was originally, you know, you could call it All Hallows Eve. You could call it Samhain, which is the pagan origins, and in the UK specifically, at the moment, there are 53,172 people who consider themselves to be pagan. Okay, so that is from the 2011 UK census. If you go onto TikTok, you'll see that there are so many pagans, so many witches, so many Wiccans. So I'm sure there's even more pagans now, but they would be celebrating when we celebrate our Halloween. If we celebrate Halloween, you know, with our trick or treating, with our. I mean, when you think about it, even if you're not a pagan, which is, you know, the origins of Halloween, we do very ritualistic things on Halloween, don't we? We dress into, we dress up as, you know, the origins of wearing like a mask or wearing a costume for Halloween comes from the tradition of trying to scare off evil spirits by dressing up as them or dressing up as things that we believe would scare them. That's where the origin of wearing like a Halloween costume, you know, scary face paint on Halloween comes from. So yes, so there's a lot more pagans today than the 53,172 recorded on the 2011 UK census. So there was that. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Halloween celebrations are kind of ritualistic, even though you might not be a practitioner of some form of magic, because you know we do the face paint, we do the costumes, we do the trick or treating, we do that sort of stuff. We might go to a fancy dress. That is a ritual in itself. Anyway, we do a lot of other things that are rituals, like, you know, blowing out birthday candles, you know, saying touch wood. I've never understood that, but anyway. Right, so that is just this video. I'm going to conclude this here. I don't want to put any of you to sleep. My skin is looking absolutely fabulous. Just don't look at this part because I have spots here. This has been the worst Scorpio season, can I just say? And I'm a Scorpio. Okay. 17th of November. Cool. I'm not telling you the year. You can figure out for yourself. Right. Tomorrow's video will be the origins of Christmas, even though it has nothing to do with Halloween, but I just thought it'd be interesting. Okay, thank you very much for listening and watching. Cold Tony Debonair, thank you for checking into this video. I'm shouting you out. I don't know if you have any videos actually, I'm not sure. Is that you back in the live now? I see one person here. Okay, thank you very much for listening to and watching 31 Days of Hell 2, episode 30. Tomorrow's episode will be the pagan origins of Christmas.